Jimmy Butler exposes the Miami Heat during live interview. Jimmy Butler has officially come out to speak on his departure from the Miami Heat, and he is not happy about how things turned out with them. It's clear to see that Jimmy had a bad experience dealing with the Miami Heat, and you can tell by his most recent reaction that he still has a bad taste in his mouth. Jimmy is going viral after exposing the Miami Heat management and how they handled working with him. Some people think it's just because Jimmy didn't get the deal he wanted, but it turns out it's actually deeper than that. He made Miami his home and had a brotherhood with his teammates there, but the management was quick to abandon him like nothing after denying what he asked for. If you ask me, it turned out better for Jimmy Butler because now he's with the Golden State Warriors and on his way to winning a ring. But Jimmy's still not fully satisfied. Jimmy has a much better chance of getting a ring on that finger with the Warriors, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. He's fired up. There's obviously a lot to get into today with all that's going on in the industry and all the reactions to what Jimmy Butler said. But today, we'll mainly be sticking to Jimmy Butler exposes the Miami Heat during live interview, because this is the talk of the town. Nobody expected Jimmy Butler to come out and say this about the Miami Heat. Better yet, be so affected by it. Like I said, there's a lot to get into today, so be sure to stick around and watch this video until the end as we get into things one detail at a time. Trust me when I say you won't want to miss a thing. Thanks for stopping by today and visiting us at King Hoops. We post daily basketball updates and news that you really should know about if you're a fan. For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to leave a like and comment keyword Butler to enter our giveaway. Now, let's jump into this video and take a closer look at Jimmy Butler exposes the Miami Heat during live interview. Why did Jimmy Butler leave the Miami Heat? So let's rewind a bit. Jimmy Butler was the Miami Heat. He took them to the finals twice, willed them through injuries, and gave the franchise more heart than it probably deserved. But in classic NBA fashion, things got real awkward real fast. For starters, there were some serious behind-the-scenes issues. Butler has always been a high-intensity guy, and while that's great when you're winning, it's not so great when the team starts struggling. He reportedly butted heads, no pun intended, with the Heat's front office over roster moves. You know, Jimmy, he wants dogs around him, but Miami was rolling out guys who were way past their prime. Kyle Lowry? Love the guy, but he's running on fumes. And don't forget, Miami let key guys like Max Struss and Gabe Vincent walk. That 2023 finals run? Yeah, those guys were a huge reason it even happened. Without them, Jimmy had to carry even more of the load, and at 34 years old, he wasn't having it. Oh, and let's not even talk about Eric Spoelstra, almost fighting him on the sidelines a couple of seasons ago. Yikes. How does Jimmy feel about joining the Warriors? So, Jimmy dips out of Miami and lands in Golden State, and let's be real, this might be the most perfect fit for him. Why? Because Jimmy got that gritty old school mentality that the Warriors fans love. He's also finally on a team where he isn't the only star doing everything. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Now that's a dream scenario for Jimmy. And let's be honest, the Golden State Warriors needed a guy like Jimmy. The Warriors have been looking real shaky lately, and adding a guy who plays elite defense, brings leadership, and isn't afraid of the moment, that's a big win for them. Plus, Jimmy's already saying the right things about wanting to win another ring. This dude is locked in. Jimmy and Steph, basketball brothers? Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, basketball brothers. Now, what's really interesting is that Jimmy and Steph go way back. Most people don't know this, but they actually first met at an Under Armour event years ago. Jimmy was just an up-and-coming guy, and Steph, well, he was already on his way to being the greatest three-pointer of all time. But what really bonded them? Their underdog stories. Steph was overlooked in college, and Jimmy, man, this guy had it way worse. The two just clicked, and over the years, they've always had mad respect for each other. Now, they finally get to team up and chase a championship together. Will this work? Will Jimmy and Steph win a championship together? I don't know, but I do know this. Jimmy Butler just made the NBA way more interesting, and I'm excited to see what he does with the Golden State Warriors and his new best friend, Steph Curry.